Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. The name Seiko generally conjures up images of, I guess, usually men's divers is what most people think of, but they actually really are obviously much more than that. You can start at the high end at Grand Seiko at $10,000 or $20,000. Make your way back down after you break like the almost $5,000 or $4,000 price point. Then you get into the higher end Presage and stuff, into regular Seiko, a couple $100 would be your Pro Specs, $500, $400. But then when you make your way down, there is not much below the 150, 200 level in the automatic arena. And that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. Two models, well, two styles. One of them comes in like 5 different flavors. But I want to just kind of reintroduce you again to the two models that I feel are the biggest gateway into this rabbit hole that we are engaged in. It is the little SNK military series of watches, those kind of 36 millimeter or so, 36 millimeter autos, and the dress watch, the SNKL23, a similar size dress watch. To me, these watches are, if you don't want to get into the hobby, do not buy these watches because they will quickly and quite efficiently rob you of most of your funds for any other purchases. The common thread between all of them is that they are most certainly being phased out and discontinued since the movement they run on, the 7S26, has been sunsetted. I'm not even sure they're still making it. There's obviously a bunch of movements still in inventory, so they are still able to produce some watches. So how long will I have these for? I really have no idea. Will they produce a 4R36 equivalent of these models? Well, they should, right? And if they don't, maybe somebody will. Anyway, let's check them out. Really excited to check them out today. So we are going to get into, to start, the Seiko SNK series 803, 804. 807, 809, all K2s. I do have one K1 to join the party, 809 K1 on the bracelet, but they're all pretty much the same size, same everything, just the color of the dial and the hands and the straps obviously vary between them. No doubt the most popular one of the bunch is the black dial, the SNK 809. So, like I said, when I opened the video, I talked about how this watch is really the gateway drug, if you will. It is the gateway purchase that gets so many people entrenched in this hobby. Yes, it is dead. They have been sitting here for about a day or so. And since I can't hand wind them, because they're 7S26s, once I start picking them up and fiddling with them, they will start to operate. So let's talk about the watch first. 37 millimeters in diameter, 11 millimeters to a flat Seiko Hardlex crystal, 42 and a half on that lug tip to lug tip. Super, I would say super small, but a very unconventional size nowadays. You really don't see many watches in this size realm anymore. Solid screw down case back, and if we do a little sleuthing, which we will do, we will zoom in on the Cerno, which is the serial number, and we are greeted with a 09, and my face, hello, 093265. So serial number is really 3265. Production is in 2020. September of 2020 for this watch. I'm film is April of 2021, so these watches are really new. Made in China. All of you that say they're made in Malaysia, you are wrong. They haven't made these in Malaysia for quite some time. I'm not sure where they're making the movements nowadays. This is a 7S26C movement. Solid, as I said, solid exhibition screw down case back. Water resistant to 30 meters, which I feel is a way understatement. Plenty of people take these, 30 meters really means forget the depth. It's supposed to be a nominal amount of splash resistance. There are people that take these snorkeling, skin diving, whatever, and they handle it. I'm not saying you should, but I'm just telling you, I really feel like they undersell themselves on the water resistance. But it is perfect for a field watch. You will notice the crown at the 4. Okay, it's probably bugging a lot of people. There we go. The crown at the 4 is really small and tucked away so nicely. So you don't have to worry about hand winding it because, well, you can. So really just to set the time, you just pull it out your 2 clicks. It's not going to hack. Second hand won't stop, but you can change the time. And then 1 click out will change the day and the date. You will see that only the black dial has the negative or the inverse day and date feature, black background, white front. Oh, I definitely got away from myself before when I talked about the serial number and stuff. 18mm lug. They all come on these awesome canvas straps with leather backing on the holes. Sandblasted hardware, signed. There's your part number, 7S26 Hardlex. It does have, not Super Luminova, Luma Bright. Let's look at the dial really quick. Very easy to read. Beautiful white hands on a black background, white seconds hand, red tip, reverse lollipop. Almost like a B-type Flieger, if you will, but I would say this is really definitely more of a field watch than anything. Seiko 5, automatic 21 joules. That's about it. So nice sandblasted case. There are aftermarket mods for this watch that I have seen. There are certainly are crystals. I've seen people also polish the case. You can polish it up, maybe make it to a little more of a dress watch if you like. Right now I don't sell any parts for this watch, but why is it the gateway drug? Well, the price is ridiculous. Right now, it's selling them for $115, which I checked the internet before I published, and I'm kind of in the realm of most bigger dealers. Yeah, you can find it for less if you want, but most people trust me. So buy from me if you want. If you want the watch, $115 is a veritable bargain for an automatic watch. To me, the biggest problem with something like this at $115 is a $1,000 watch is not 9 times better. Truly, for $115, you are getting just about the biggest bang for the buck. I talked myself to death. SNK809. 803, which is the khaki with black hands. I love how they did this. On the black dial, they went white hands. On the khaki, they did black hands. I feel like they lost this touch with a lot of their newer releases. The date is now back to being black on white, white background. But we have everything else is the same. Nice tan strap to match, hardware. But same movement, same case size. So this is the 803. 807. Ta-da! Blue dial, white hands. Not running, of course. Very good on the legibility scale. The blue is it's a very nice blue. It's not muted. It's a deep blue, but you can easily tell it's blue. It does not look black in any light or any of the stretch of the imagination. And then the last one I want to show you is the green. This is SNK805, I believe. Yes, and you can see, oh, this one actually started to flip the day. It's on Saturday. Oh, it's in Spanish. I'm sorry. So let's, not that there's anything wrong with Spanish, but I'm going to show you. There we go. Back to Monday. So that is all of these. And then the last guy in this series I want to show you is the SNK809K1, which is just like the first one I showed you. But what's very interesting is that they put it on a bracelet. A lot of companies, I know Orient is extremely guilty of this, like on the Defender series. When they put them on the bracelet, they switch the cases from blasted to brushed because it's hard to get a blasted bracelet. They kept these exactly the same. They are both blasted cases. And the bracelet actually matches. It's not a great bracelet, sure. It is those folded link bracelets that I did a video on many years ago. Happens to be one of my most popular YouTube videos, one of the only ones that has over 1 million views. Hollow end links, crummy, cheap clasp, double push button, 3 micro adjust, but still matches the watch very well. It does a great job. Unfortunately, they do not sell this bracelet separately because it would be great if you could add it to any of the other ones, but I've never been able to source this bracelet on its own. Beautiful looking. And then the last watch I want to show you. So that was all the SNK guys. Let me flip my notes. The last watch I want to show you, I've definitely shown in the past on Instagram and on video. Ditto with the SNK watches. I like to highlight this. I think it's such a great deal, and I don't think the older videos get recycled enough. So I will present to you the SNKL23J1. This happens to be a made in Japan watch. This watch was featured on Hodinkee years ago as a value proposition, and once it got featured there, its popularity kind of skyrocketed. $139 for this beautiful black dial dress watch. You take it off the bracelet, you put on a brown leather strap or a black leather strap, and it elevates the watch extremely. Can't find a Sarbo 33. This guy will really do 90% of the job, and it's dead. Like I said, usually when I take watches to film, I go right to filming, but these have been sitting here for well over a day. Let's go. So 38 millimeters, so 38 millimeter dress watch. How often do you see that? 10 thick to their flat hardlex crystal, 45 on the tip to tip. So you are a little bit longer than the SNK field watch, but still not too much. It is an 18 millimeter lug. It is a folded link steel bracelet. Again, same clasp, except this clasp has Japan on it. Nice folded end links. There's the movement. You want to play a little detective again. I'll look at the serial number really quick. So this guy is March of 2020, so a little bit older. That's a little less than a year old, but still, I don't know how, like I said in the opening, I don't know how much longer they're going to be making these watches for. I actually can't believe I can still get them. So 139 bucks. The highlight of this watch to me is the beautiful dial. Look at the tuxedo striping on the dial around the outside. We'll play with the exposure just a bit so you can really see it. Okay, solid in the center, nice silver hands, good loom, white on black again for the day date. Crown tucked away, but it is a different case than these for sure. It's not the same case, but it really, you know, kind of looks very similar, but it is a tad bit bigger. It's 38 millimeters, and it's a little bit longer. I really said, so ditto here, so 139 bucks. If you spend 4 times the amount of money, so a Presage, a regular Presage, like the ice blue SRPB 41, excuse me, the dark blue SRPB 41, the ice blue SRPB 43, those are 300-400 bucks. Are they triple or quadruple? They're triple or quadruple the price. Are they triple or quadruple the watch? Not really. They run on a 4R movement, which is this movement with hand winding and hacking built in. So, you know, like I said, that's why these watches are deadly. You know, if you start here, it's kind of tough to see value in other things, but it will definitely open your eyes to watches all over. And like I said, you know, quickly drain your wallet of anything you might have. Let's do some loom shots. So first, that dress watch, and this guy just suffers from, you know, like my usual pet peeve of no 12 o'clock registration. The hands are extremely legible. The hour, minute hand, easily identifiable, and you can differentiate them. But if I rotate it just a few degrees out, you can't tell where 12 o'clock is. So that kills me here. But it's still very legible. You can't argue there. So the field watch is pretty much the same, except they've loomed the seconds hand. But still, I don't see a registration anywhere for you to be able to tell where north is, you know, where 12 o'clock is. So that does, like I said, it leaves it open to interpretation. Why don't companies do that? Don't know. Make it a little bit bigger. Make it a different shape. Well, how can you complain, though? This watch has been out for so many years, sold so many pieces. So every watch has to have some kind of shortcoming, in my opinion. Or if not, you know, you will find a shortcoming. That's the human nature. So everybody should own a gateway watch, right? So Mark, do you own one of these? Yes, I do. I own the green one. I don't wear it often because I'm not a fan of smaller watches, but I do have one. I don't have the dress watch, probably because I have like 2 or 3 Sarbs and a whole slew of other stuff. But above the bone, below the bone, fits me just fine. I'm a fan of larger size watches, but still, there it is on my 6 3/4 wrist. You can see where I am on the strap. It goes down to easily, I don't know, 5.5, 5 3/4 wrist, and you can grow if you wish. Perfect. And then checking out the dress watch. Again, well, there will be no problem with fitment here. It will fit me fine. Perfecto. Plenty of room on the bracelet. Easily another inch and a half to go. Looks awesome. I'm not a fan of it on the bracelet. I do believe this is one of those watches that belongs, that deserves to be on the leather. And they probably could have put it on inexpensive leather and dropped the price even further. 139 bucks for a J version. It's made in Japan. Automatic. You can see made in Japan right on the dial. I think you can see that. I'm not sure if I zoomed in on this dial before. There it is. Beautiful. Awesome. So that'll definitely wrap it up. This has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com, showing you two of what I consider to be the entry gateway watches into this wonderful world that we exist in. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Questions or comments down below. Questions or comments, please put them down below, and I'll be sure to address them as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.